Welcome everyone to our first Tech Thursday class here on Facebook and YouTube. My name is Christie and I am the Communications Librarian here at the Jerseyville Public Library, and we decided to start these classes to help our patrons get better acquainted with all of the apps and services that we offer for free with your library card. So if you are joining us live today and you have any questions, please wait till the end of the presentation and I'll take any questions you might have. If you are not watching this live, this video will be available in its entirety here on Facebook and on YouTube, so feel free to comment on this video if you have any questions and I will answer them as well at a later time. So through the month of September, we will be focusing on the app Cloud Library. Today we'll just focus on using it on a computer. This is a Surface computer, so even though I'm using the touch screen, it is not considered a tablet. It's just easy for me to point out where we're going to click and everything if I'm able to touch the screen. So anyway, we're using the computer today, and in later weeks we will move on to using it on different mobile devices. And if you want to see when we're talking about your specific device, you can find more information on our events on Facebook. So let's get started. Okay, so basically the Cloud Library is an app that offers ebooks and audiobooks for download directly from us, the Jerseyville Public Library, using your library card number and a password. Cloud Library works with a huge range of e-reading devices. So you're able to view and download content onto the following devices. I'm going to show you a paper here. I could have made a slide and everything, but I didn't do that. So if your device is on here, that means that 3M is compatible with it. Unfortunately, the older edition e-reader that don't support apps, so if you have like a paper Nook or Paperwhite Nook, since that one does not support apps, they don't have anything available for that tablet. Same thing for Kindles. If you have an older Kindle, unfortunately, they no longer have it available for you to get on those either. But they do offer quite a few free books through Amazon and through Barnes & Noble, so you are able to get some from them. Alrighty, so today I'm just going to go through the basics of how to check things out, how to place holds with the Cloud Library, and the way it's set up on their website is very similar to the app. So if you want to use it on your phone or your iPad and you don't think that you'll learn anything from this video, you will, because it looks very similar. Alright, so first, what you're going to want to do is open your web browser, and we're using Chrome today, but you can use whatever you want. And we're going to go to jerseyvillelibrary.org. That's our website. Library.org. Hopefully I spelt it right. All right. And then you're going to scroll up a little bit, and here's our logo right over here for Cloud Library. You're going to click there. I'm going to make sure my video doesn't go out of focus here. Alright, so this is what the main page for Cloud Library looks like, and you are able to kind of just glance at what they have without logging in first. So this looks a little overwhelming, but we'll get into how to specifically search later. So first, let's just log in. You're going to go right up here to log in. And it's going to ask for your library card number, so I'm going to type that in here. And it asks for a password or a PIN number, and if you haven't set one up with us, you can give us a call here at the library at 498-9514. That's something that we put in on our side on our computers, so you can make it either a password with letters or numbers, or it can just be numbers. It just has to be 4 characters long. So don't worry if you don't have that, because we can fix that for you. All right. So once again, it kind of looks the same after you're logged in, but now we can kind of get into how to search through all of this stuff. So if you'll notice, these are curated lists that they put out every month where these are favorite authors of people who use 3M. They always put new editions right here. So these are all of the new books they've added. I think they update that once a week. Then they also have coming soon titles that you can put your name on. Back to school. Oops, accidentally did that. So you can just kind of scroll through there. But if you're looking for a specific author, you're going to go right up here to where it says search. And here you can either type in an author's name, or you can do title, or I believe you can do keyword or subject to. So let's do James Patterson. I'm just going to put in Patterson. And I'm sure they have quite a few of his. Now what's good about 3M is that they're really good about putting new books on. So James Patterson comes out with quite a few books, so they more than likely will get his new releases available. Now, if that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be available to borrow right away. Sometimes there's a holding list. So just like if you were to come into the library here and you wanted to put your name on the holding list, it's the same concept here on 3M, that you put your name on a list and then they let you know whenever it comes available. So this one, oh, that's not even James Patterson. Okay. So this one here, the Thomas Berryman number, I've never heard of that one. See here where it says place hold, it's available in 19 days. You'd be able to place a hold on that, and we'll get into that later. But as you can see, it just brought up a whole list of all of James Patterson's works that they have. And some of them have the green borrow, which means it's ready, you can check it out right then, or it has the blue place a hold. Now, if you can see here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, so right here where it has this little emblem right there, that means it's an audiobook. It's an emblem for headphones, and it also says here MP3. If it has that symbol, it is an audiobook. If it has nothing like this, then it's just a regular old book. All right, let's see if I can zoom out. Oh no, I can't zoom. Oh, there we go. We got it here. Okay, so let's try searching for a title and see what happens. Oh gosh, let's just look for Sleeping Beauty. I have no idea if they have a book called Sleeping Beauty on here, but we'll just see what it brings up. All right, so this just brings up everything that has the keyword Sleeping Beauty. So that has Sleeping with Beauty. So you can just kind of browse and look, and I wish I had a number to tell you how many titles they have on here, but it is in the thousands, and they're always adding more, and they really have a really good selection. All right, so that is searching for specific things, but if you're not sure what you want to look for, if you just want to browse, they do have that up here where you push browse. All right, so this is going to bring up quite a few options. We'll get to the favorites tab later. Okay, so if you see right here, it has fiction highlighted. So right now, this is all the different fiction genres you can choose from. So they've got action and adventure, African American, alternative history, biographical, all the way down to westerns, war and military, anything you could think of. And I believe right now, it's showing me a lot of audiobooks, so I wonder... Okay, I've got them all on there. Whoops. Oh my. There we go. So if you just want to browse through those, you can, or they've also got nonfiction up here. They've got teens fiction, teens nonfiction, and up to kids and nonfiction and fiction. Now, as you can see, it is bringing me up quite a few audiobooks and just a couple of books. If you're just looking specifically for one or the other, you can go up here where I clicked earlier, filters, and that's always going to be at the top of the list. And there you can either just select ebooks or just select audiobooks. So let's just say I want to do just ebooks. And you can also say available now, which means you can check it out. You don't have to put your name on it. And then suggestions for library, which I'll talk about that selection later. So let's just do available now. All right. So now, oh, somehow I got to nonfiction. Let's make sure my filters are there. Okay, they are. All right, so now I can browse and know that everything I'm looking at is available for me to check out right now. So let's see, what looks good? This looks fun. I like the colors. So once you, oh sorry, I didn't really say what to do. So you just want to click right on top of the book you're looking at. It's going to bring up the title, author's name, the ISBN number, and then it does give you a good description of what the book is about. So this is kind of like what you would find on the back of a regular paper book. So you can read what it's about. So now in here, you can just click borrow to check it out right there. All right, and it says it expires in 21 days. So you have a 3-week checkout for both books and audiobooks. So you can either choose to read or return it, which that will just, like it says, return it right back to the library, but you don't want to do that. So you can have that one checked out. All right, so I just mentioned their checkout for 3 weeks. You can only have 5 checkouts out at a time. Now, if you use Hoopla from us, Hoopla makes it to where you can only check out 6 items a month. But the Cloud Library, you can only have 5 checked out at once, but it doesn't limit you per month. So you can have 5 checked out right now, return them all right now, and check out 5 more. It doesn't keep track of how many you check out in a certain amount of time. Same thing with holds. You can only have 5 holds at a time. Now this one right here is a little flag. Those are books that you can kind of bookmark or earmark, so that way you can come back to them, but you don't have to put them on a hold list. So if you have 5 checked out and you want to mark one that doesn't have a hold list, you can borrow it, but you can't check it out right now, you could flag it and it will put it in this list, and there's no limit on this list. So let me show you an example. Okay, so I'm going back to the regular everything. So I'll show you how we put a hold on something. Okay. Let's see if I can find something that has a hold list. Okay, so this is a good example. Right here it says it's available in 42 days, and don't be discouraged if something says available in 210 days. It usually is not that long of a wait. Usually someone will check it out, read it within a couple of days, and push that return button and return it, so that way the list keeps going. And I keep calling this 3M because that's what it used to be called, but now it's the Cloud Library. Cloud Library buys multiple digital copies of a title, so for this book, they probably have about 5 digital versions going out to people. So that 42 days is just something they have to tell you, but it will not usually take that long. So if you're wanting to put a hold on this book, you push place hold and it disappears, but it is on your hold list now. Now let's see. I'm going to show you. Let's see. I bet this one's not checked out. Oh, I was wrong. It is checked out. Let's find one that's available to borrow. My goodness! Available now. Come on now. Okay, let's see. Let's see if the Bernstein Bears. All right, so this one is available to borrow, but let's say that I have all 5 of my books checked out. I have no more room, but I don't want to lose this and forget that it's there. So I'm going to push this little flag right here, and that will save it so that way I can come back to it later. So let's go back up to my books. And that's where we're going to see, this is the one I checked out. This is the one I put on hold. And the flag, there's the one I flagged. And you can clear out that shelf if it gets kind of built up and everything. So those are the basics of checking out and placing holds. Now, I already showed you about the filters, but I did not bring up the suggestions for library. Now, if you do this, that means that if you search for something that, let's say, you are on Amazon and you know that there is an ebook version and the Cloud just doesn't have it. You can search for something that usually if it is a digital version of a book, it will bring it up. I'll show you here. Okay, I'm going to bring up an author I like. Oops, if I could spell it right. All right. Okay, now right here, as you can see, it says suggest to library. So these are all books here that she has written, but they do not own a copy of here on the Cloud Library. But they do like to have suggestions from patrons to see what they should add later on. So if there's something that you think would be really nice for them to have on here, ooh, I'm going to suggest this one because I'm reading this book right now. So you say suggest to library, and it sends it to the Cloud, and I believe that they go through a filtering system to see which they should add, but that is nice in case you want your voice to be heard, oops, about what books they should add. All right, I'm going to go back to my books. Now it's simple. If you want to start reading the book, you just push the read button here, and it'll bring up, oops, in your web browser, the digital version of the book. Now, it does not download onto your device, so if you're using the Cloud Library on a computer, you have to be connected to Wi-Fi to read. And this one kind of looks, see, it's all broken up here. But this is the basics of what your book will look like. It'll look a lot better on a device. Oops! Oh no, I closed out of it. I should be able to go back in. Oh, and the good thing is, if something like that happens to you where you accidentally close out of it, if you're on your home computer, when you go back, you should still be logged in, so you don't have to do that every time. All right, so let's just say that we checked this out and I wanted to go onto my iPhone and log into my account. Once I go there, that book will be on my phone ready to read. And if I got to page 20 on my computer, then when I go to my phone, it's going to sync it and it will be on page 20. So that's the good thing about this app, is that you can use it on a tablet, a phone, a computer, and an iPad or iPod. And across devices, it will save your spot. So that's a nice thing. And same thing, if you return a book, it will delete it off your other tablets and devices. So that is a nice thing that they have available. So now one last thing I'm going to add is if you don't have a smartphone, if you don't have a tablet, but you still want to utilize digital books and ebooks from us, there is a way that you can download the books onto your computer. Like if you have a laptop and you want to take it on a plane with you on a trip and you don't have to use Wi-Fi. If you see up here, there is an app that you can download onto your computer. So I'm going to show you just really quickly how to get that onto your computer. Now this will bring up the Cloud Library website. And if you need more information about specifically what devices you can have this app on, they do have them listed all here. All right, so what we're wanting to do is download the app just for our Windows personal computers. So you're going to click this right here. If you have a Mac, you would push that link there. All right. And same thing for this, they do have limited supporting operating systems. So if you don't have a Windows computer, if you have one older than a 7, it's not going to download onto that computer. So you're going to scroll down here and say download the app. All right, so we're just going to wait for that to download real quick. For me, since I'm in Chrome, it's popping up down here, but just in case, usually if you're in Mozilla or Internet Explorer, there's going to be like a little gear menu here, and you'd be able to go to your downloads there. But it should just pop up. All right, so we're just going to go through the setup here. I agree. Install. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And I will say that the app for a computer is easier to read in than on a web browser, as we could see whenever I was here. it just kind of broke up the book kind of odd. I mean, it's still readable, but I'll show you here. It just kind of looks weird. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, we'll come back to this. We'll let that load. Okay, so this is the app that we just downloaded. It says, "Welcome to Cloud Library." Push next. We're going to select a country, which we are United States. Oh, come on. There we go. Next. All right, we are in Illinois. And the most important part of this is our library, the Jerseyville Public Library, is not listed. We are listed as the Illinois Heartland Public Library system. And the reason for that is because we share the Cloud Library with multiple libraries in our area. And our whole library system, all of us conglomerated together, is called Illinois Heartland. So if you don't find us on the list, that is why. Just remember it's the Illinois Heartland. All right, so I'm going to log in again here. All right, and my password, which, like I mentioned before, if you don't have a password, give us a call and we can set that up for you. All right, so I'm going to accept the legal terms above. All right. Okay, now don't freak out when this pops up. It says it needs to be activated to download and read books to the library. If you have an Adobe ID, like if you have a subscription with Adobe, you can log in. But usually we just say that, oh, I don't know why it's cutting off, but just automatically generate an ID for the Cloud Library. Oh no! Okay, well, last time when I checked this, it asked me to do it. That's probably why. Okay, well, I didn't get to do it, but when it brought that up, just say to automatically make an Adobe ID, because it's a pain to have to set one up. All right, so this looks very similar to what we saw on the web browser, but it's a little bigger, so it's not as condensed. And I think this looks a lot nicer than it did on the website, because all those books it was so much to look at, you know? Okay. So it's set up the same, that up here you have your featured books, you can browse and you go to My Books. And it's a little different because now we have messages, we have the filter setting, and we have an about. Now that, I believe, it just tells about the actual Cloud Library. Well, how do I get out of there? Oh no! Okay, just ignore what I just did. Oh my goodness! I'm stuck! Oh my gosh, you guys, this is weird. Hold on, I'm gonna close out of this. Okay, just ignore everything here. Having a tad technical difficulty, but we're live, so that's bound to happen. Okay, now it should keep me logged in. There we go. Okay. So as I was saying, it looks very similar to what we just saw online. So our book should be here. There's my book right there. Now I believe, since it didn't let me activate, it probably will not let me read. It is being very weird, but oh well, we don't have to worry about that. So it will sync your books here, and everything that you could do on the app or on the website is here on the app. And once I open this, it will download it onto my computer, so that way I can disconnect from the internet and I can still read it. Now let's see. There's our books of interest. Yep. I think everything is here except for this messages. Oh, okay, we don't need to worry about that. Oh my goodness, I don't know why. It keeps getting me stuck. Okay, well, we're just going to be done with the app for now. All right. Well, I don't know if we have any live viewers, so I would have taken some questions, but since this is our first one, I didn't expect a whole lot of people to be joining us. But I'll just wrap up by saying we've got lots of great apps here at the library. Cloud Library is my personal favorite. I use it all the time. And like I said, they're always adding new books and audiobooks on there. So if you're a lover of both, this app is a great app for you to use. So next week, we will be talking next Thursday about using the Cloud Library on an product, an Apple product, so an iPhone or an iPad or an iPod. So tune in next Thursday if you have one of those, and we'll talk about it then. And thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.